Hey everybody, it's Vernon, your Keller Williams agent for the Central Texas area, and this is a time of great goings on in real estate. And we got so much going on. I just wanted to do a quick market review of what is happening in Temple and Belton back in July. And so I'm just going to start rattling off some numbers. And so let's get going because we got a lot to talk about between the two cities, right? July 22. So the sweet spot of the bat in Temple is really interesting because 34.5% is in two categories. So in other words, almost 70% of all real estate in Temple is done in this area, which is the 200 grand to the 399. So in that range, that's where most of the activity is going on. And so the median price for the last year or this year is 295. That's up 18.1%. Now I'm going to tell you that same statistic is over in Belton is 42.1%. Okay. Now this is what I'm going to tell you. You go, oh, the prices are increasing, everything's so great. No, I'm going to tell you what's going on. That's where the sales are at because those people are not as apt to be looked at as hard on their lending as the other side of the scale. So again, I always kind of put this out there and saying this, repeating it from other people as well, are saying the same thing. The Fed, and when I say the Fed, I'm even talking about just general government in general, is doing their darndest to make it almost impossible for people to get on the ladder to buy residence. And it's really, really tough for those people. And that's why the prices are going up and the lower end is not moving at all. So that's really not good for our society and for our economy, by the way. So there's bills, I don't want to say that's really political. It's more of, hey, we got to start thinking about that. How do we cure that issue? Okay, let's go on this. Active listings. Now, this is kind of very interesting. Active listings in both Temple and Belton. There's a lot of triple-digit increases. Okay, in other words, anybody that had a property were even thinking about selling or trying to sell now. Okay, and active listings were in the basement, and those have gone up a whole lot. And so let's look at Temple. Active listings went up for July 184.7% for 205 units. Now in Belton, that was 68.4% increase. It was number 2 from the bottom. Waco, Temple, Killeen, in Temple. So if you look at those, that's with 32. Now, here's the killer thing. Closed sales in both areas was a decrease in double digits. Belton was 19.4%, and closed sales in Temple was 30.5%. So what's that telling you? Hey, sellers, this ain't, not only did you dump a whole lot of inventory on there, which we kind of needed because now buyers will actually have some houses to get into, then, hint buyers, what you need to be doing right now. Because interest rates are actually kind of low right now. They're not going to get any lower for quite a while. So what is our term we're using? I heard this from another person, and I love it because I've heard it before and it's great, is this: marry the property, date the mortgage payment, mortgage interest rate. Okay. In other words, what I'm trying to say to you is find if you see the house that fits your needs, don't worry about that you didn't get the 2% interest rate. Interest rates will drop. I don't think, probably historically, we're not going to see that again because kind of like that oil, there was a time there they were paying you $40 to take the oil. We're not going to see that again. That was an anomaly in the pandemic. That's not going to happen. However, the interest rates might drop back in the 4s, and you would be able to refinance. Okay, so we got a lot of buyers have an opportunity now to get off the fence and actually start buying because now, your competition isn't as heavy and you got some inventory to look at. Now, this is interesting. We're still, depending on which market you're in, Belton actually has 68 total days from the day you list it to the day you sign. That is actually kind of a norm, and it got back to that in Belton, which is 17 days more. However, in a lot of my other markets, we're still seeing close from when you list to close is, again, in Temple is 43 days. That's 21 days less than it was back in 2021 of July. So what that tells you is we still can get you moving pretty quick. Now here's this. You always hear me talk about economist absorption rate and stuff like that, but I'm going to tell you right now the months on inventory of the two, and they're very close to each other, and it's 1.6 for Temple and 1.4 for Belton. Okay, so if we didn't put any more houses on the market in a month and a half, Temple don't have no more houses to sell. Okay, that is still a seller's market, by the way. Okay, so sellers, you're sitting there going, oh, I can't sell my property no more. I don't want to list. No, you still are in a hyper seller's market. You might have, instead of getting 50 grand over, 30 grand over, 15 grand over, I'm talking from, we sold something the other day and we got almost, I think, 10 grand over asking. So that stuff is kind of happening. And that property had 14 showings. I have another property we put on yesterday, and I think we had 6 showings yesterday on the property. So so sellers don't get all down in the mouth. You still can. First off, if you bought your house pre-COVID, you're fine. Okay. And because you're still going to make a good bit of coin. And the best part, it's tax-free. Okay, so it's a great time to still sell your property. So love to talk to you about your specific property, not, again, it's location is secret to real estate. Well, yeah, each property stands on its own. You need to reach out to me, and we can talk about your specific, as I can get, when we're talking like we're talking right now, we're talking 30,000, up in the air, and really I can get down granular to your street, and we can talk about that. So like this video, would be most appreciative. Of course, subscribe so we can give you this kind of information, and you hit that little bell thing, it'll actually pop up in whenever we do videos. So love to help you with your real estate goals. You can reach out to me at 254-495-5661, and we'll talk about your real estate goals. Again, this is Keller Williams, Lone Star, I-35 Group talking to you, and we look forward to helping you out. Bye now.